Now is the time, my friends, to prepare for the coming deer season.
Don't give up. It literally just takes a minute to change your entire season around.
As hunters, one of the worst things that can happen to us is we wound an animal. A lot of times there's factors that go into it that are out of our control, but as ethical hunters, we always want to be striving to make humane, quick kills on the animals that we're trying to harvest. A lot of that boils down to making sure we're proficient with the equipment we're using. This time of year, I'm really focusing on shooting my bow pretty much every day. I'm focusing on my form and making sure I have good releases. I've actually started to use a back tension release, and it's really been a game changer for me. I'm still getting used to it. I'm practicing a lot with that release. I've never shot one before, so it's a totally different animal to me. So I'm really trying to put in time and making sure I'm getting comfortable with it well in advance before the season comes around. The next point is making sure that we're getting our equipment fixed and adjusted well before the season starts. A lot of times I hear from the bow shops that the week before season, that's when it seems like everybody comes in and they get absolutely slammed. And we don't want to be one of those people, because you might not even get to hunt opening day because your bow is still stuck at the shop. Do it now, don't wait. Pre-season scouting, I have mixed feelings about it, and in some aspects I'm definitely for it, in other aspects I'm kind of like If the point of your pre-season scouting is to figure out and pattern deer for when the season comes around, I think that isn't going to be nearly as beneficial as you might think it would be. Deer are changing what they do in the summer to in the fall, right about when the typical season opens up. In Maryland, our season opens pretty early in September, so we have a window of time that we're able to potentially capitalize on that preseason scouting we've done. But it's waning. Those bucks are going to shift to different parts of their home range. That's not always the case. Sometimes they'll stick around. For preseason scouting, what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out more of the lay of the land and looking for more historic sign like rub lines. That can be a very good tell on this might be a really good spot come November, because there's historically been bucks coming through this area in that time frame. Another thing is also just figuring out how you're going to access to your spots. You know, take a look and see on what you believe the deer would be able to detect you coming in and out from, and make adjustments based off that. Summer's the perfect time to get your stands prepped for hunting season. You're not going to be really messing with the deer. It's not going to affect things because it's so far out from when the season starts. You're able to go in, make as much noise as you need, and it's not going to impact anything. If you were to do it in the middle of hunting season, that's going to affect things. If you need to cut shooting lanes, now's the perfect time. Make sure and check your straps. You know, you don't want to have a chewed through strap. That's happened to me before. One thing to be cautious of though when you're trimming lanes or taking limbs that are right by your stand is to not take too much. In the summer, that's at the peak of foliage, but that's not how it's going to be in October and November, and you don't want to be caught having no cover. So just be a little bit more conservative on how much you trim. Now's also the time of year to test out your gear. Break out your mobile setup. Time yourself. How long does it take you to get set up and tear down, and quietly, you know? Definitely make sure that you're prepared and figure out a system. The more confident and comfortable you are with it, the more it's going to help you be streamlined when it's hunting season. Also, you know, test out your clothing. See if it's really loud. Do you need to get a different hunting jacket? The last point I want to talk about is having a backup plan for access. You never know what can happen. Crazy things happen. You can lose access the day before season starts. Fortunately, it hasn't happened to me, but you never know. So having a backup plan will significantly help you in it not affecting your season. I would recommend going and at least getting acquainted with the local public land. Maybe you don't actually hunt it, but it's always good to have that as a backup. Another thing is to work on trying to get more private access. Having plenty of places to hunt will also help your success as well, because you're not over pressuring the spots that you have. You can be much more selective on where you want to go and really hunt the best spots with the perfect conditions. If you only have one place to hunt and only one tree stand on it and it needs a west wind, that's not very good. You want to be able to hunt more than just on west winds. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and I hope it was helpful. Drop a comment down below if I missed something, and I'll catch you in the next one.